Good afternoon and welcome back to the Knitspinfibre podcast. My name is Kim. Today you can find me on Ravelry, Instagram and YouTube as Knitspinfibre. So I haven't done a video for absolutely a while, and worked out how many episodes. We're on episode 34 and I want to get back into doing a weekly podcast. So I have got a few finishes to show. Some of them are test knits. So my first one, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it into segments, because I was going to do another channel to do like cross stitch and down painting, and I'm just going to have it all in on the same channel and just put it into segments. So I have some knitting, some finishes. I've got knitting, cross stitch, crochet, cross stitch and down painting to show. I haven't got any sewing, but it's just easier to have it all on the same one. So we're going to do finishes first. So one of my first finishes is I did a yarn cozy by Knitty Natty, and I used some scrap yarn. I try it on 100g of DK. It's a little bit tight, but it fits 100g of finger weight. If I do a DK weight, I tend to increase another section and then make it a little bit wider. But that's my first one done, and I finished that yesterday. And I need to, so when these ones, some of them don't have the date on them, I'm going to start remember to it what date I put down. But I did use a 2.25mm soaking needle, and I can't remember if I worked on the bust, but this is a free, it's knit free, purl one, repeat, nice and simple. And then at the top is just an I-cord cast off. So that's my first one. I have what I did, hopefully I brought it up. I should have a little crochet one. So she does a little crochet one. This one will fit either around about 100g of finger weight, and so I'm trying to use up some of the scrap yarn to make a few more of these. And that one has a I-cord as well on the top, so that one's quite nice. So that, I think that was using I think it's a 3.5mm crochet hook. I cannot remember what size crochet hook I did, because I haven't got these ones saved on my Ravelry page, and I should put them on. I normally just do one page and then just whatever I put on, just keep adding to it. So that's that one's done. Okay. Testing the one, when we were away last month, I tested it with me. This is the Lisbon Shawl by Brenda Bayfield, and it's done flat and then you seam it. And I actually had it laid down on a yoga mat at my daughter's in my bedroom, because it was just easier. I did stretch the top out because I don't like it too tight around my neck. The yarns I haven't actually got the ball bound for this one, but I have to sew it in different colour. It's some walnut tree yarns, which is the pure merino print. So it is 100% organic merino superwash wool. I took two skeins with me. I only used one. And then the contrast is in some Signet Truly Wool Rich, and I don't know what it says the colourway is 2141, so it's like a teal colour, but I know it's not this yarn because I wound both up, didn't use both. So I went for, I think this one's Pinks and Blues, I think it's called. Right, sure. So I did it where it was quite loose at the front, so it'd be nice with a jacket. So that one works. I was quite pleased with that when I got it done. I did have to take a couple of repeats out on one side because I actually had the wrong count, but the pattern's lovely, but I don't think it's out yet. So, but that was my first test knit, was that one. My second test now, there's no name for this one yet, and if I look down, I'm using Knit Companion. I don't think it's out yet. The yarns are Test Knit Shawl. Does it see who it's by? Oh, it's by Simone Bechtold. I think that's how you pronounce it. If it's wrong, I'm sorry. So the main colour is some Drops Nord, and I don't know what the colourway is, and I don't have any more out where I can find it. But the contrast, I kept that, I found that, is some Eden Cottage yarns, and it's their Melbourne yarn, and it's in Bramble, and it's 85% blue face lettuce, 15% silk. So it's that yarn is the contrast. So it's nice and big, and because if I'm going to have this is about the smallest shawl I have, and if I'm going to have a shawl, I don't like a little tiny one. I like them to be able to wrap round. So this was finished before we went away, so I do like it nice and big. I do need to, I might end up blocking it again, but not yet. It doesn't need to be blocked yet, but it's nice, and I do like the pattern. It's lovely, nice and simple, and I like the edging. I like how the edging is done. And that one was done from top down, and my needles are, that's why I need to actually make sure I write down when I started and when I finished it, because on some of them I haven't got it written down. I think it's a US 4, which is a 3.5mm. So that was my second one. There was another one, but I don't know where it is. I did a test sock, but I only did one, and it's in my box with my other whips out of the way. So the only other test knit I've done is, I know, this is the Jacinto baby dress by Sandra, I think it's Agohos. I always pronounce her last name wrong, and I am sorry. So I did it using some Starcraft Special DK in Sky Blue, and it's got I-cords around the neck and around the armholes, and this is the 1 to 3 months, and then it has a little button closure at the back, and I started this on the 25th of May, and I finished it on Friday, whatever day the Friday was. That's why I need to actually make sure I put down when I started and when I finished it, and that was done using a 3.25mm, which is a US 4. So I'm quite pleased how that one's come out. Right, my other whip, and I think I have this on my, this is the Bennett Sister Shawl, and I'm hoping I saved the info on this one. Bennett Sister Shawl. By Lindsay Fowler. It was on a US 6, which is a 4mm, and the yarns are some, the main colour is Yarnsmith's Merino Sock in the Berry Cheesecake, and the Silk Mohair is the Yarnsmith in, I think it's something like, it's just a, I think it's off-white. So but I didn't put any tassels. I don't like the tassels. I wouldn't have worn the tassels. So it's nice and big, but the berry cheesecake is a bit of a pain because you can see the difference from here to here. There's a really big contrast. So I had 2 skeins, and both skeins, the outer part of it, like 50 grams of it was darker, and 50 grams of it were lighter. So I had to literally work out where the difference was and then rewind them. So I ended up with like 2 different completely colours in one yarn. So, but this one's really nice. I can have it this way, which is how the big ones I tend to wear them either wrapped around my neck this way or tied around the back. So I wear them that way as well. And then I started it on, did I say when I started it? I did. I started September 25 and finished it September 22nd, 25, and I finished it February 22nd, 26. And this was mainly just travel knitting when I was out and about. My last thing I've done is I was looking for a little bag to put my books in. So when I read, and I couldn't find a pattern I liked, so I made one. So I made a little bag to put any books I want to, and then put a little loop in. I need to make a slightly smaller one because a couple of my books are slightly smaller and not as tall. And I had some scrap yarn from, I think this was from Aldi in the UK, and it's some of their So Crafty yarn, and it is 78% cotton, 22% acrylic. And there's no colourway. It doesn't give you a colourway, which is a bit silly. And I still have some of this left, so I might make another one in a same pattern but in a smaller size. And then when I get a chance I will write this pattern out because it was nice and simple, and I did an I-cord border around the top. And then this is I-cord on the top as well with a button. So that is all my finishes. So we're going to go into whips. I'd seen a few people online where I've gone down to 3 whips at a time. There is a 4th one, but that's going to be mainly in the car. But my main, and I wanted some baskets, and I have a couple. I'll grab one, but they're a bit of a weird shape, so they're perfect. So I had these ones, and these ones are going to be left up here that I'm going to put scrap yarn inside because I wasn't happy with the shape of them, and they go really little, and I wanted 3 of the same size. So I went into TK Maxx. They had these ones in, but they didn't have a handle on. They had like a braided bit on the top. It was in 3 colours, and I didn't like it, and I have 3 the same. So I took the braiding off yesterday, and I joined it in the middle, and I made handles. So each one, I have 3 of them. They're all the same. This is the medium. So you won't find these ones online because I looked and they did not have any braided ones online, and I think they were £7, £8 each. And they're perfect. I like the fact they're both ones. These ones, I don't understand why the handles are here, because unless you're going to hold it like that, which I don't like, why the handles are going to be on the sides and not in the middle. So I picked up 3 of them, and these are going to be where I have 3 main projects, and then when I finish one I'll swap. Apart from this one. This one I can walk with because these ones are quite big, especially these ones I'm working at the moment. So that one is if I'm in the car or if I'm walking, and I can either clip it onto something. I'll show you that in a minute. The first one is I am doing a granny square blanket for my grandson. The yarns are some Yarn Smith Create Baby, which is the main colour, which is a silver grey. Baby Silver it's called. The other colours are, so my daughter picked the other colours, is some Yarn Smith Create, and then we've got copper, so I've got 6 colours, and I have, let me show you the colours first. I have 2 skeins of each. I don't think I'm going to use 2. I have some dark lavender, steel blue, mustard yellow, dark sage. If I look to the side, it's connected to my phone and sometimes that goes off. Hopefully it won't. And some fondant pink. So she picked 6 colours and they're living in this bag just because it's easier. So what I'm doing is I'm taking one colour out, keep the main colour, and then whatever contrast I put it in here. And I'm going to try and do maybe like 1 main colour and 1 contrast a day if possible. So I've put in a marker to where I am up to, so I've removed that marker because I'm not on the purple. So I have done 2 today, so it's quite big. I'm close to 30 inches, so it's got like a little tiny bit longer, and this is like halfway. I want it to be good 60 inches because it's for his bedroom, for his bed. He's just gone into a bed, so I'm quite pleased with the colours. And I'm doing it on a 4mm crochet hook. I don't know what it is in, just says 4mm. And in each bag, in each of these baskets, I've got a little pouch, and it's got one of them. It's got needle and any stitch markers I want, a pair of scissors, and a row counter. No, a tape measure, sorry, or a row counter if I need one, and then my crochet hook. So each one's going to have one of them inside, so I know where it. So I'm going to go looking, and then any yarn, and it just sits in there, and it's perfect. So if I go say like one of my daughters, I can take it with me. And then I do actually have a project bag. Some of them I've got in. This one's not got one in, so if I do go anywhere, I don't want to take this, it will just go in there with the other yarn. So I can actually travel with that one if I wanted to, but normally this one stays at home. That's my first one. My second one is in the same bag. The project bag for this one is I'm doing a cardigan for one of my granddaughters, and her mum has asked for a couple of cardigans. I've done one in white. I'm not using any wool, any natural fibres on her because her skin is so sensitive. But, so I'm using some of the baby acrylic, and it works for her. So I'm using this bag, which is a Calf Kitson bag, and this is what I tend to keep when I'm knitting a girl's cardigan. I'm just living there. So I am making it's a king cole pattern. I am doing king cole 3546. I am doing this cardigan but with short sleeves. I'm not using this yarn. I've tried this yarn. It's horrible to work with. It's very splitty and very it just pulls apart really easy, and it's got flecks of sequins in, which you can't have anyway. So I had some of this yarn, and I gave it to charity. I had quite a bit of it. I tried it once, did not like working with it, and I won't work with it again. So I'm making that for my granddaughter. I am doing it in, I need to remember to keep the yarn bands in my little pouch. So I'm using some Woolcraft Baby Care print, and this shade is 2634. I've had this for ages. It's like, is it 200 grams? It's 200 grams. So it's a speckled yarn. And I have it on my little yarn holder by Spring Fantasy. So it's living on there. So it was a 200 gram and I actually wound it all down to 100 grams. So I've done this much. But what I am doing is the body, it's all supposed to be done separately and sewn up. I have done the bottom of the body up to the armpit all in one piece. So I have markers in for each side. And then once I've got to do 13 centimetres, I'll get to about 12 and then I'll break them off and then do the last one. And I'm doing them on a 3.25 and a 4mm needles. So this is cardigan number 1. I'm going to be doing her a fingering weight cardigan in like this pale blue. Then she wanted a couple of short sleeved and a couple of long sleeved. And then all the bits I want is in here. I do need to actually, I have taken out the tape measure. I do need to put it back in there, so I've got everything I need. So that's all living in here, and I have the other ball in there as well. So if I want to go anywhere, I can literally just put it in there, into that bag, and I can go. So that is project number 2. My third project, this is a Christmas present. And if I travel with it, it goes into this bag. I am doing a brioche scarf, and whatever yarn is left will go into a hat. I am using some 5.5mm symphony wood, and the yarn is some Wendy Aran with wool, 100 gram. I can't find the colourway I tried to find the colourway, which is shade 679. But it's like a raspberry red. So over the last couple of days I've put a marker of where I started, and then each day I've actually put a marker in for each day I've worked on. So I've done quite a bit. So it's coming out quite nice. And I've already finished 2 of these. And I'm doing this one from the centre, and I've got it in my large yarn cozy that I made, slightly a bit bigger. So this fits a good 100 gram to 150 grams of Aran weight. And I've got another board in there, but the rest of it's over there. I've got this one and 2 more big skeins in a little bag. So it's a little bit awkward to get it all in this. And then I want to make her a hat to go with it. So they are my 3 main projects. My 4th little one, because they're a bit chunky, bit bulky to be, especially if I'm going on the bus or anything, or walking, they're a bit big to be walking with. So my husband I travelled with this last month. I'm working on the Musselburgh hat by his older teeth. The other test knit was this colour, and it was the lilac and blue. So I knew I had the tag. I need to remember to actually put that away. So for his hat I'm using some King Cole zigzag. Sorry about that. Sorry, she's cooking. So it's King Cole zigzag, and it's 75% superwash, 25% nylon in the blueberry colourway. I'm using a US 2, which is a 2.75mm Knit Pro Symphony Woods. So when we travelled out to see my daughter, they live in Cyprus, I started from there and there the day before at home because I didn't want to be working on increases like at the airport or anything. And then I did from there and there while we was away. And on the bus, we took it when we went to the beach, went on a picnic and everywhere. And then when I come home, I changed the royal blue. And I done 2 inches of rib in the main colour and then 2 inches of the rib in the contrast, and I've just come into working on this stockinette on the other. So I was working on this on the bus yesterday. Like I said, this will be mainly like in the car and bus. And then it's ideal because what I did was when we was away, I either connected it with this or I put a knot in the top and then put that on the top and then just connect to what I was had it on. So it was ideal for like on the beach and stuff. So it's nice and little, and then there's no rush to get this done because it doesn't need till the autumn anyway. So that is my works. Right, so I'm going to show what cross stitch I took with me. I didn't do a lot. My main one is already there, and I didn't take a photograph of it. I can't show that, but we did. I was trying to get some yarn for. I have like a pale pink, like one of these, but I've left it there, and it's in 4-ply, and I wanted to do a cardigan, but I haven't got a pattern because the pattern was here. So I do need to actually photocopy the pattern so I'm not taking the original so I don't damage it. But I did go to the yarn shop and I picked up some the Nerge hoops to go with my work stand. I have a lap stand. So I picked up a number 3, a number 2 and a number 1. They are the smallest sizes. I think these might be the smallest sizes they do. I have a couple more over there. But next time I go out I'm going to pick some out there and leave them out there because I have 2 cross stitch when I go out. And everything went into this, so I did do cross stitch on the plate. So my daughter bought me this from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. I will link it below. All the other stuff will go onto my Ravelry page or on my favourites on my Amazon. So for my son-in-law's mum, she likes poppies, so I'm doing her a bookmark. So I'm making her that pattern that I got off Etsy, and they come with an app, and I did print it out, but it also managed to get it on my pattern keeper, so that was good. Put it in there. So I had it on one of these. You get these come in, I think it was a pack of 10, and they're ideal, and I will link these below. So I put out some of the colours I wanted, and the rest I've got in my little pouch. And I have a lanyard that connects to a neck thing I made. So I'll show in a minute. So I did that much on the plain, and then this hoop is a size 2, this blue one, and that is a Nerge brand as well. So I did that much, which I was quite pleased with. Put that on there. So when we flew, I made one of these up, and it has all the bits. So all the other bits is in this. I have a pair of tweezers. I did check on the TSA, they have an app, so I checked on tweezers, said yes. I had got this from my local yarn craft shop, and it's got a seam ripper on one side and a needle thread on the other, no problems with that, and that's got needles inside it. And then I have some threads I have a nail clipper. I have some, you can't buy thread in it ever anymore, and this is just thread conditioner. So all they went in. This is in my hand luggage. And then this connects to the lanyard that goes around my neck. I got some little baby snips. They are 2 centimetres. And we went via Turkey, and Turkey really fussy. Really fussy, and this all went through, no problem. They wasn't interested in it. I have, this is supposed to have like tablets inside, but my husband put a magnet in the bottom, and you untwist it and it's got needles inside it. I have a little magnifier, my yarn threader. This one is a yarn threader there, and a little cutter on that side, and then I have this cutter as well, and I never had any problems. And it's just all if I get it in properly, sit in, and I didn't even take it out of my bag, and it just sit in there, so and they could see what it was, and I didn't have any problems at all, not even a bit. And I bought a little baby book light as well, a little tiny book light. Normally if I have a problem, my medication does, because I have to carry EpiPens around with me, so they go, I have them in a blue pouch. I do take them out of my bag because they flagged them a few times, even in the UK, and they're like, what is it? And I have to open it up and like, yeah, it's fine. And he said, don't leave it in there, just take it out. So now the only thing I took out was that and my tablet, because I have my tablet, but they were sat right next to each other, and they looked like a block. So they and it was like, yeah, it's fine. But normally it's, I don't know why they do. Right, so that is cross stitch. My diamond painting, I'm going to show you what my daughter, if I can grab it, it's stuck. My daughter, she was my Secret Santa. They bought me a little box to put all diamond painting bits in. Right, let me make sure it goes upside down. And there's another bit to it. Oh, it's over there. So they brought me a kit with all the bits inside. I have a bigger one. And they bought me some little coasters to do. I've already done, I did one for my friend. She likes poppies. She's had that one. And these ones I've been doing here. I've got 2 more to do. And they're not sealed, so they're a little bit sticky. I've got some sealers, I need to seal them. And I know one of them I need to glue one bit down because it wasn't sticky. So I did, these were all flower ones. I did the blue one. Did that one. I did that one. I don't really, so they're really nice. My mum would love that one, but she has some of these anyway. Did that one. And then I did that one. And then I've got that one left to do. And then that one. So I do need to do some more to get them done. And then and my mum has it. She more or less got the same sort, and she's had them years, and you can put hot drinks, cold drinks. I've never had a problem with them. So we do need to get them done so they can be used downstairs. So a bit of a longer video than normally. Normally I would try and keep the videos a little bit shorter, but I had quite a bit to show. I have one thing left to show. I was going to rip out my Sophie Scott shawl. It's too big for me, it's too heavy for me, and I know I won't wear it. But my son-in-law's mum will. So I'm showing it and this was some Aran weight yarn I got from Aldi, and it is a wool blend. So I was coming down to the end, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it back on here, finish it, and it's been blocked, so I'm just going to, I'm not even going to reblock it, and it's one that she can wear it if she goes, I don't know if she'll wear it when she goes out, but she will wear it when she's sitting watching stuff in the evening and stuff like that, and it'll keep her body warm. But I know I won't. I want to make another one in DK weight. It's just a little bit too heavy for what I like. I like the size, but I don't like how thick it is. So I have, and it is in Aran weight. So I have some of the yarn left, and I do have some more of it. So I do need to actually, once I finish one of these, this will be a Christmas present for her. This will be her Christmas present, and her book. That's a Christmas present as well. So I do need to actually sit. Maybe I'll keep this up here and get this done up here while I'm washing something, because it won't take long to do. Maybe about an hour or so to do. So I should put that on my chair, and I'll grab the needles and get that finished. I'd like to get that out of the way. But my plans are to work on 3 at a time, both from August. August is going to be knitting for myself. I am going to pull out, I'm going to start a sock. I'm going to do the Vanilla's the New Black and one of my Stephen West shawls. So August is going to be just work on stuff for myself. But until then, this has to be done. I'd like to get this cardigan done. I'm going to work on this tonight and try and get most of the body done. But I think that's about it. But if anybody has any questions about anything, please leave me a message below, and I shall see you next week. I'll see you later. Bye.